Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is First Impressions Friday and well, I don't have anything to give you first impressions of. So we will be doing a flip through the Magical Mermaids Grayscale Coloring Book for Adults by Rachel Minsk. This was sent to me by the Rachel Minsk Company to do the flip through and to give you my I guess first impressions of it. Um, so once we get through the flip through, we'll also be finishing off the last two mushrooms. We've got two left, yay, almost all done, on the mushroom meetup. All right, so this is Magical Mermaids. It's a grayscale coloring book for adults by Rachel Minsk. And it's full of alluring fantasy sea nymphs, beautiful ocean creatures, advanced level. So this is a high level for the grayscale. So it has 25, which times 2. So there's 25 images times 2. There's two different grayscale tones. So each picture, there's two of each picture. One has a dark grayscale, one has a light grayscale. So if you prefer a lighter grayscale, you can, of course, color the lighter grayscale. If you prefer the darker grayscale, you can color the darker grayscale. Or you can try both. And these are all beautiful young mermaids in different poses. I love the scales on her skin. That was pretty. I tend to, I find that I'm tending to like the darker grayscale now, where before I used to like the lighter grayscale. So it all depends upon the picture and how much detail's in it. If there's a lot of detail in it, I'm finding that I'm gravitating towards the darker grayscale images more because you can see the detail a little bit better. Some really pretty pictures in here. This one has some bubbles. And as you can tell, like you can see the difference between this one and this one. So you're going to be able to use some lighter tones on the light grayscale. And of course your darker tones can be used really well on the darker grayscale. Or vice versa. It all works. Whatever makes you happy. This one's kind of cool. I like her tail. It's sort of like a leaf coming apart. It's really cool. There's a young mermaid. Another one with some fish and some bubbles. So you can I can see all the details a whole lot clearer in the darker grayscale. Another really nice one. Okay, so she's got a net type, chain link type suit there. And I think that's a fish. I'm not fond of pictures. I can't see what things are in it. She's got beaded. And there she is again. Like these side fins. Lots of bubbles. Another one with lots of bubbles. Lots of really feathery fins, really light fins, which is cool. And got a good ship there. That's a nice ship. Really cool. The sky would be really awesome to do in either inks or gel stick crayons. We have a water one with some seahorses and some fishes and a wonderful coral reef. We have a young one. With what look like clownfishes. No, silver something or other. Can't remember the name of them. This one's got some metal work, makeup. Very, very cool. And if you really enjoy mermaids and that sort of thing, this book is just full of them. So it's mermaid and fish. That one's very interesting. All sorts of snakes. And a conch shell. It's an interesting one. Medusa of the mermaid world. Another one that has a lot of jewelry work. Different things covering her. Love you can see the scales in her skin. That's really cool. Same with this one. You can see the scaling in her skin. So it gives you the ability to color it in different colors and still not feel like you're coloring something the wrong color. And this one as well. And that one is really pretty. She's really pretty. We will be coloring something out of this book next month for our aquatic February. So for our aqua signs like Pisces and Aquarius, we will be dedicating next month to the waterworks and doing things in watercolor with watercolor pencils and paints and markers and all that fun stuff. So we will be coloring something out of the water. So we will be coloring a mermaid, and we will probably be we'll be picking one out of this book. I do have a couple of other books that I will be working out of as well. We're not going to have a dedicated artist of the month next month because it is the month of water. So there's only so many things that you can do with watercolor. And I have a couple of I have a couple of books from one artist that is all watercolor books. So of course this is the Rachel Mintz coloring books. They do have all sorts of coloring books. You can find them on rachelmintz.com. And if you search Amazon for Rachel Mintz, you can also find them there as well. So a nice book full of wonderful, wonderful mermaids. So if you want to purchase this book, like I said, you can go on to rachelmintz.com and purchase a PDF version or the book version, or you can find this on Amazon as well. So there we have our Magical Mermaids grayscale coloring book for adults. Of course, on the back it has these lovely pictures of the pictures inside. And, just a really nice coloring book of mermaids if you enjoy coloring mermaids. So hopefully you will go get this book. Of course, use the link in the description below. It is my affiliate link. Use my code that is also in the description below to get 33% off your order. All right, guys, and I do believe the code is Coloring Corner, but I'm not positive. So, all right, so there is our flip through for the day. So now we're going to color. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here. And we've got a grumpy little fella over here that we're going to color in the same way that we colored those. I just noticed my fingernail is mucky. So we're going to start with some purples. So we're going to start with dark violet. And we're going to go up here into the tip of his mushroom. And I'm just going to lay down the dark violet, and then we're going to blend into it. Like I said, there's a lot of tooth on the page now because of the gesso that I put down for the watercoloring. So building those colors up and blending them as we layer them is the best way to get a good coverage for this process. So I'm just bringing that out into the mushroom here. Just darkening that up a little bit in the back. So I've had a bit of a day today. My cell phone has decided that it does not like accepting phone calls or making phone calls. So I tried to call my mom this morning, and yeah, she didn't answer, but it took me 4 times trying to call her for the phone to actually dial the number. Don't know what's going on with it. The only thing I can think of is they've started the 5G transfer to everything to 5G, and I think that might be messing with my cell phone. It's really kind of annoying. I had a friend try to call me, and she's having to drive, and that's not helpful when I'm trying to help somebody and I can't even hear them and they can't even hear me. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so we've got our dark violet down. Just going to darken it up a little bit more. Bring it in here just a touch. Alright. And then we're going to take this one, which is reddish violet. And we're just going to build the color in there. Like so. Might need to sharpen this one. Perhaps. Not going to be needing to do it yet because I'm not going to be needing this one much more. And of course we are using the Koh-i-Noor 144 set of the Polycolor pencils. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of this one, which is French pink. We're just going to bring it out just a little bit here. I'm not going to come out too far with it, just a little bit. And then we need a little tiny bit of the red orange. Just putting a light coat in the area that we're going to be adding that orange yellow. You just got to be careful that you don't have a large amount of bumpiness from your gesso placing. Now, I just used a brush to put it on, and that's why I have as much bumpiness that I have, because I didn't smooth it out. Now, you can smooth it out with a spatula and get it all nice and smooth. So now I'm going to go in with the amber orange right over top of that orange. And into the purple. Just brightening up the front of the mushroom here. Just to finish that off, we'll take that reddish violet. And I think I'm going to take that red orange a bit and just darken it up back here a little. Like so. Alright, now for the under area here, we're going to take our light French pink and we're just going to fill that in. Like so. We're just filling it in. It's just a blanket color. And then we're going to take our dark violet and we're going to do the edge. Doing all those areas that have that shadow from his stem there, and doing this area here. Like so. And that gives him a look of doom and gloom because he's grumpy. We'll do his grumpy face there. And then we'll do the shadowing areas down here. Where he connects to the ground. I think he's grumpy because he's babysitting the babies. You never know. And then we'll go on the edges here as well. And now is when we're going to need to sharpen the pencil. I'm just using my Dial 133. some shadows and some color into his stalk area where his little face is. Just going to color that whole area because I'm going to be adding other colors. But I want the base color to be the red violet. I'm going to go in a little bit darker here on the edges. Where the most shadow is going to be. And under his little shirt type area. Like that. And then we're going to take our dark again. And we're going to go up here. And over here. Make sure we get into all those shadowy, darker areas. Up here we're going to press a little harder. Build that color up into those shadows. And then we're going to take our pink. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Thought maybe it was my internet that was going out, but it doesn't seem to be. Alright, now we're going to take our orange again. And we're just going to come down off of that pink. And red violet. Just doing a very light layer. And there we have that. Now we're going to go over it with our amber orange here. And color up those highlight areas. And then we have our mushroom all done. Now I'm going to take my blender pencil here. So I've got the Blick Studio. And I'm just going to knock down some of the tooth from the gesso. Not like having a texture on it is a bad thing. He can be grumpy because he's over textured. He does look like a grumpy Gus, so. Okay. Now we're going to do this lovely lady up here at the top of this mushroom hill. And we're going to start with this one, I think. Yes. So we're going to start with Portrait Sand. And we're just going to cover the whole thing. and get the base layer down. Let's make sure that you can see what I'm doing. That would always be fun, wouldn't it? So I'm just going over it with the portrait sand. It's a very light color, so you probably don't see it very well. But once I'm done, you will. I feel like I've got something under my page. Hate that feeling. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing with her area down here in her face. It's not going to stay this color, so I'm just doing a very loose covering so that it helps take down some of the tooth. But that's not actually going to stay that color. Okay, so let's do her mushroom top here. We've got our French pink. We're going to do the shadowy areas first. And so I hope you're all looking forward to tomorrow. We get to pick out a new set of pencils and a new book picture. We will not be coloring mushrooms. We've colored enough mushrooms this month, I think. I'm getting kind of tired of mushrooms. Although they are cute. They're such a sweet. This is such a sweet page. The entire mushroom family. And of course, with mushrooms, it's really easy to color them any color that you want to color them. So it makes things a lot easier when you're trying to pick colors because mushrooms can be any color or all the colors, whichever. Alright, I'm still going through with the French pink. Sorry, I'm not extremely talkative lately. I tend to talk less when I don't feel so good because there's not really a whole lot to talk about. I spend most of my days talking to you guys or resting, especially when I'm not feeling good. I don't leave my house. I don't do much of anything else. So I get to color and talk to you guys. That's I think the best job in the world. Because, it doesn't pay a whole lot, but this is what I choose to do with my free time is entertain all of you. Oh, the choo-choo train approves. I got train approval. All right, now we're going to go in with, nope, don't want want that one. I don't think I want that one either. I want a nice bright pink. And I'm not like almost a red pink, but this one. Not liking that one either. Let's just throw that anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a bit of scarlet red just on the edges. I've got a gray pink, but I really don't want to use a gray pink on it. So we're just going to add a little bit of this red in the darkest of edges, and then I'll blend it out with some more of the pink. Just want the pink to be a little bit darker. Yeah, that works. That's better. Just in the shadows, the deepest shadow areas. And mixing it into that hot paint, that darker pink there, just darkens it up a little bit more. And of course I could have used a red violet or that sort of thing, but I wanted to stick her closer to the red pink family here. Yeah, I think that's better. That's much better. I'm going to do up in here so when I go over it, I can give it that end of the mushroom look there. You know, it's kind of a purpley black color. Okay, that's better. I like that. I'm satisfied with that. Now we're going to go in with our purple and just give our really dark areas just a touch of this purple. Get those really, really, really dark areas, our little blemish areas. A little bit of that in there, a little bit up here maybe. And a little down in here. Yeah, I think that'll do for the purples. Now we're going to take a bit of this one, I do believe it is. Let's see, where did my chart go? Oh, yeah, that's one I want. So we're going to be using the light carmine red. And we're just going to extend this out. Into the center area here. those open or closed areas covered up. Like so. So I'm going to give you my final impressions of the Koh-i-Noor colored pencils as I'm doing this. Because, yeah, I've been playing with them for a week and they're fabulous. You know, I'm currently coloring on a page that has been Gamsoled, has been painted, has had water all over it, been dried with an air dryer, handheld air dryer, and been ironed. And they're still filling the page with color. So yeah, definitely worth the price of them. Now, I won't do like a final type of thing where I'm showing you tests and all that fun stuff because we did that at the start. We did that when I did the first impressions. But with all the things that I've done with them this week, I'm really impressed. So I'm going to use peach orange. Just going to build into there. So yeah, I'm really impressed by them. The amount of pigment that they lay down and that sort of thing is just phenomenal. So on this mushroom, we have used a pink. So we used light French pink, uh, carmine red, I think it was scarlet red, dark violet, and portrait sand, as well as pink or peach orange. And then we're going to add just a touch of yellow to it as well. Just going through and covering up as much of the white spot as I can. There we have that. I know you can't see it very well because the light's hitting it in a funky manner, but alright, now we're going to take our banana yellow and we're just going to put some light yellow in the areas that the light's going to be hitting it. Because she's up on the top of the hill. Because she's the queen of the hill. There we go. And I think I need just a little bit more of this down here. Just to tie it together and fill it in. just going through and upping that dark pink a little bit. Now that we've got the other colors on there, makes it easier to see where you need a little more. Okay, so there we have our top of our mushroom done, and it's all done in the pinks. Now we're going to do the underneath, and we're going to grab our browns, because we're going to do her top in pinks, but we're going to do her underneath in some browns. So I think I'm going to grab brown ochre. And we'll do under her top. Because pinks and browns go together very nicely. And hopefully we won't be here all day coloring one mushroom. Alright, now we're going to take our light brown. We're going to go into the darker area ones and just fill those in. Bring down that shadow. Of course, we'll be adding to that shadow, so okay, now because this side here is down and this side here is up, it's going to have less of a shadow. So we're not going to go as deep, except for back here where it's the back of her head area. But up in here, where the mushroom connects, the light is going to be getting in under there a little bit more. So we're not going to go too deep. You could, of course, just color it all one color, but I'm an overachiever. And now I can see all the shadows. It bugs me not to color them, if that makes sense. Alright, so now I'm going to add the Cafe Noir brown. No, I'm going to be adding the dark brown. Up under the edge here. Like that. Just making sure that it's darker over here where it's got more of a tilt to it so that the light hits it properly. And now we're going to use the natural sienna. And we're just going to fill some of this in a little bit. Just lightly going in over it. So that when we use the lighter color to finish off, it'll have a little bit of darkness underneath it. Okay, now we're going to use this one. And this one is the yellow brown ochre. And we're going to use it up under here. In those areas that the light's hitting it. There we go. Now we're going to take our natural brown and we're going to do her areas with it. I've got that pink tone already down. So the natural brown will go down on top of it. It will lighten the natural brown quite a bit. That will make her a nice mushroomy color. Sort of like this fella down here. Sort of like this one. Get it up under the eyes. Up under here. And up under the chin. Okay, now we're going to take our Cafe Noir. We're just going to darken that up a little bit where those shadows are going to be. And in here. And in her eyebrows. Around her nose. Up under her cheeks. Okay, now we're going to take the light brown again. And we're going to fill it in. For all the areas. We're extending that brown into the center where we're going to add, of course, the light. Now this side here is going to be a little darker because of the way that her top is tipped. And then we're going to take the dark brown. Just make sure that we get those areas a little darker. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to go back over it again with the natural brown, if I can find it. Is that it? Where did I put the natural brown? Dark brown. Cafe Noir. Natural Sienna. There it is. So this is Natural Sienna. And it's the lightest color before we add the yellowy tones. So now we're going to add the yellow tones with the brown ochre. And a bit of pink tones with the light carmine red in her cheeky cheeks. And I think we still need a little bit more yellow in this area. So I'm just going in with the yellow ochre just to give it that sun-touched look. Then we're going to go in with the, which one? I think this one, which is salmon pink for her lips. And the medium brown for her eyes. There we go. Now for her body here, once again we're going to go in with the natural ochre. Almost done, guys. Almost done. This one here is going to have a bit of shadow from everything in the foreground, but not as much as you think, because this mushroom, even though it is in front of this mushroom, is too far ahead for it to actually cast a shadow on this mushroom. Same with these. They're not going to cast a shadow on the mushroom. However, this branch here, this vine that is going around the mushroom, will cast a shadow on the mushroom. So those are the shadows that we're going to address. And we're going to do that with the Cafe Noir. So we're going to put in a shadow for this one here. Put shadows in here for her sides. Under there. Like that. Get that shadow nice and dark in there. got the shadow of the grass and the ground as well. Alright, now we're going to take our salmon pink. We're just going to go over everything. Just mixing those colors together. And then we're going to take a bit of this one here, which is the portrait sand. And we're going to blend it with it. And a bit of the banana yellow. Just enough to make it bright. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of this in there as well. Just want a little bit darker on the sides here. Especially this one. I think that works better. Need a little more. Little bit more. There we go. Then we'll drag that in with some more of the portrait and blend it in. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Same with on her face. We're just going to blend everything together with that portrait sand. Alright, so that's it for colors. Now we're going to take our gel pen. I'll switch you over to the other camera here so you can see. So we're going to take our gel pen and we're going to do our spots. And then once we're done all our spots, then our little mushroom family will be done. And that will be number 3 of the Karen E. Myers completed this month. Okay, any more with just little spots? This is one over here. And he's a grumper, so he's all sketchy. Alright. And his little nose needs something. And so do his eyes. we go. And her eyes. A little bit under here. And this one here. Nope, don't like that. Take that off. Didn't like that, so let's fix it. We'll fix it. That's better. A little bit. Shouldn't muck with it. I know. Alright. So we're just going to do that instead. Okay, where else? Oh, got little special things floating up in the air here. There was a bunch of them over here too. Little spores. There we go. And now for the ones that don't have little mushroom top things, we're going to grab a gel pen. I can pull them out of here without dropping them everywhere. Okay. So we've got, let's see, what have we got? This one. No, that's not a sparkly. Do I have a sparkly pink? Yeah, I do. A little bit. So we're going to start up at the top here. We're just going to add the sparkles. I'm going to leave little bits of white open wherever I can. And there we have our crown jewels on the queen. Once we get all the pink ones done here, then of course it's gel pen, so I'm concentrating. Yes, I do have my tongue sticking out of my mouth, concentrating. All right, so that's that one. Now this one here, we're going to do with a bit of orange. So I'm going to grab an orange sparkly. And once again, we're going to leave some of the white. Now we've got to do a blue one. And then this fella here, I think we're going to do yellow since we already started going over everything with the yellow. Just deciding on that one, blue or green. See if I have a light green. Yellow might work too. Might be yellow too. We'll see. All right. There we have it. Oh, got this one here. Okay, and there's our orange. All done up. Now let's take a look at our blues. Might do it in green. Let's take a look at our greens and see what we have in sparkly. That is not sparkly. This one here. I think it's pretty dark though. Let's see. Yeah, a little dark. So what do we have in blue? So this is our blue sparkly. What they consider the light blue, which is pretty dark. So I think we'll do a little bit of both. So these ones that are in the green, we'll do with blue. And I'll try to take my hand out of might have wanted to do his spots in white. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'll do these ones in green. And then I'll go through and add some white ones too. Just wanted some sparkle. Felt I needed some sparkle. Yeah, I think this one needs some white too. And I'll put a couple of pieces down here. Alright, I don't like his eye. Don't like the way his eye is looking. That's okay. Alright, now this fellow down here, we're going to do it some yellows. leaving that white out, exposed. Like that. Right. Okay, so I think that's it. I think it's all done, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I think they are all done. So we've got some pink sparkles up there on the princess. See the pink? And we've got some green sparkles here on the little fella there. And we've got some yellow sparkles down here for this fella. And we've got some lovely orange sparkles for this one. And the rest of them, of course, have their white highlight spots. Okay, so that is all finished. I hope you have enjoyed the Merry Mushroom Meetup. Of course, it does strongly resemble our Discord at some point. I think I could probably name a few of these, but I won't because, privacy things. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the flip through of the Magical Mermaids by Rachel Minsk. Of course, this is available on their website as well as could be available on Amazon. I haven't checked. If you go through their website, please use my affiliate code. You will receive 33% off with my affiliate discount, which is all in the information below the video. I will, of course, see you all tomorrow during our Saturday Color and Chat. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you have a fantastic day and have had a fantastic week. Until tomorrow, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe on anybody's videos that you watch. It not only makes us feel good, but it actually helps us understand what you enjoy in a video. Until then, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Bye bye for now.